My name is Alida Liberman, and I'm an assistant professor of philosophy at Southern Methodist University. So I teach ethics to students, and I think about ethical theory and applied ethical issues. Well, there are lots of things I love about philosophy, but one of the things I like the most is that when you're engaging in developing a philosophical theory, you're actually trying to create new knowledge. So for example, a lot of the research work I've done recently has been sparked by encountering arguments that people will give in the news, for example, or justifications for the behavior that they give that I find troubling or problematic. And what I can do is use the tools of philosophy to think about what's really going wrong here. And I can try to develop a theory about maybe what presumptions they're making about ethics that might not be justifiable. So what account of moral responsibility are they relying on? What are they presuming about reasonableness that maybe works or doesn't work? And if those theories are plausible, if they're strong, powerful theories, then I actually get to move the debate forward. So what I dislike the most about philosophy, I don't think is fundamental to philosophy as such, but relates to the way in which philosophy is often done in a professional setting. Sometimes the way philosophy is done, it seems like it's more about winning and proving to each other how clever you are. The modes of criticism and debate we engage in could be more collaborative and productive if we didn't have that aggressive, almost combative model. I think philosophy is important for a lot of reasons, but one of the most central ones is that philosophy encourages us to think about what we really believe and why we believe it. And that might sound obvious. You might think, of course I know what I believe. But you may not. And what philosophy does is it gives you tools to start carefully figuring out what is it that I actually believe, and then engaging in the courageous, even scary sometimes process of subjecting your beliefs, including some of your most central ones, to critical reflection. And while that process can be challenging, I think it's really important for knowing yourself and for making good decisions. The trolley problem is a thought experiment, and it's a wacky, implausible, completely unrealistic scenario. And the goal of it is for you to think about your moral intuitions. So imagine that there's a train track and it splits. And on the one side you have 5 people, let's say they're miners who have been working on the track. On the other side, you have 1 person. And the trolley, the train, is hurtling towards the 5 people. And you're standing outside and you're observing what's happening, and there's a switch you can flip. And if you flip the switch, the track will switch, it will divert, and it will go on the path that includes only 1 person. So the question you have to ask yourself is, do you stand back and do nothing and let the trolley continue on the path it was already on, smashing into those 5 people and killing them? Or do you flip the switch and the trolley gets diverted, and instead of those 5 people, it only kills 1 person? And the reason this becomes interesting for philosophers is because then philosophers come up with other variations on it. And it's meant to test what's really driving your intuitions. Is it really about the numbers, or is it something else?